Part 1. Misunderstood state. Lazy or frozen. You get out of bed, glance at your phone and sigh. Today's to-do list is as long as ever. And then, you do nothing. People around you might say, you're just lazy. But inside, there's no comfort in doing nothing. Instead, there's a heavy, suffocating weight pressing down on your mind. This isn't laziness. This is a mental state known as mental freeze. Mental freeze is when your brain becomes so overwhelmed that it shuts down normal behavior processing functions. You're still conscious. You still know what needs to be done. But the ability to act is completely shut down. It's like sitting in a car with a full tank of gas pressing the gas pedal. And the car doesn't move. Not because you don't want to, but because the internal transmission is broken. This phenomenon is more common than you think, especially among young people. Those constantly under high expectations, living in a world of endless comparison, pressured to succeed until the system crashes. In this video, we'll dissect mental freeze in 6 parts. Why mental freeze isn't laziness, and why that distinction matters. The root cause. Your brain's survival mechanism in overload. Signs you're frozen and don't even know it. Long-term consequences of staying frozen. The first strategy to break free from freeze. Rebuilding your brain to avoid it happening again. Part 2. Why mental freeze is not laziness. We've been taught from a young age, laziness is the enemy of success. And that's true, but only when your willpower is still functioning. When you're lazy, you have a choice. You know you can act, but you choose not to. When you're mentally frozen, you want to act, but can't. Mental freeze is a real physiological response. It's like being in heat stroke. Your body literally cannot run even if danger is near. Your brain, in a prolonged overloaded stressed state, shuts down to protect itself. Your brain doesn't know you're procrastinating on a presentation or an email. It only knows, this situation is too overwhelming. System overload, shutting down non-essential functions. And so functions like motivation, decision-making, and emotional regulation disappear. This is why beating yourself up only makes it worse. The more you criticize yourself, the more the brain perceives threat, and the deeper you sink into paralysis. Mental freeze is not weakness. It's evidence that you've been strong for too long, too intensely, and too alone. Part 3. Why the brain shuts down. An unconscious survival mechanism. The human brain has 3 main regions. The survival brain, reptilian brain, the emotional brain, limbic system, and the rational brain, prefrontal cortex. When stress hits, the survival brain activates first. It has 3 options: fight, flight, or freeze. We often hear about fight or flight, but freeze is the most overlooked response. Yet in modern life, it's the most common. When you're buried in deadlines, unanswered messages, house chores, financial anxiety, and you can't escape or fight back, the brain chooses freeze. Numbness, disconnection, no decisions, no reactions, just stillness. This isn't a conscious choice. It's a background survival program running when the brain sees no exit. You begin to lose your ability to plan. You lose interest. You lose your sense of time. Eventually, you lose confidence in yourself. And the scariest part, you start to believe this frozen state is who you truly are. You forget you ever had energy, motivation, passion, because you've lived in freeze mode for so long. Part 4. Signs you're mentally frozen. Mental freeze is sneaky. It's not loud. It's not the chaos of anxiety, nor the collapse of depression. Mental freeze is a silent discomfort. You're existing, but not living. Here are common signs. You spend hours staring at your phone doing nothing meaningful. Everything feels too much. Even small tasks like cooking or making a call. You keep procrastinating, but don't feel any joy in resting. Only numbness. You can't make decisions, even simple ones. You feel exhausted, despite sleeping and resting. You feel like nothing really matters. The terrifying part is, you seem perfectly fine on the outside. You smile, talk, work, but inside, everything is frozen solid. And then people say, you're lazy, but only you know, you're trapped. Part 5. The first strategy to break free from mental freeze. The first and most important rule, don't try to force yourself to snap out of it. That's a guaranteed path to failure and deeper paralysis. Think of a numb arm from sleeping wrong. You don't punch it back into feeling. You gently move it to restore blood flow. Mental freeze is the same. It needs softness and steady motion. Strategy 1. Reduce complexity to the absolute minimum. Can't clean your room, fold one shirt. Can't write a paper. Open your laptop and title the document. Can't reply to emails, just read them. Don't respond yet. A frozen brain can't process multi-step tasks. But completing a micro-task releases dopamine signaling progress. That's how the system restarts. Second, separate action from emotion. You don't need to feel ready to begin. Action comes first. Emotions follow. Don't wait for inspiration to write. Don't wait for the perfect mood to tidy up. Don't wait to feel good to take a walk. When you act even a little, your brain gets the signal, we're no longer stuck. The nervous system starts to heal. Third, eliminate noise, both external and internal. Keep your phone out of reach. Cut down social media time. Avoid draining or judgmental people. Mental freeze is a jammed system. You need quiet space to reboot. But the most powerful strategy: accept that you're frozen. Don't deny it. Don't feel ashamed. Peace begins with acknowledgement. Part 6. Rebuilding your brain to prevent future freezes. Mental freeze isn't something you cure permanently. It's a signal, a warning, a whisper from your nervous system: we've been overloaded. Let's start over. To prevent falling back into freeze, you must rebuild your daily system and mental habits. Create stable structure every day. Wake and sleep at consistent times. Scheduled meals. Clear work and rest blocks. This gives your nervous system predictability and safety. Focus on actions, not results. Don't aim to finish the book. Aim to write 200 words a day. Don't chase perfection. Show up consistently. This restores a sense of control rather than pressure. Reconnect with your body. Light walks daily. 5 minutes of meditation, morning and night. Deep breathing before any task. Body awareness interrupts the thought loops causing freeze. Write your thoughts down. Each morning, write 3 lines of what's on your mind. Each evening, write one thing you accomplished, no matter how small. This helps you see progress, and that's enough. Finally, remember, you are not broken. You are simply paused. You are human, not a machine. And sometimes the deepest silence in your mind is the moment you're meant to listen to yourself the most.